I'm glad you guys are on it when it comes to the recording because I lose my brain with those things. All right, okay. All right, so semi-truck, that would be half a truck. Hemi is half as well. One word that comes to my mind that you guys are probably familiar with is hemisphere. Like hemisphere as in, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, western, eastern hemisphere. It's half of the planet, half the globe, okay? Either way you cut it, it's half the globe. And then co means together. So if you are, listen, put it away. Thank you. So if you are, for example, let's say you are co-workers, that means you are working together. Let's say maybe there is some, co-parenting in your household or in your family. That means that you are parenting together. Most of the time when you hear the word co-parenting, that typically means that maybe your parents are separated or divorced, but yet they still co-parent, which means they still parent together. That would be a positive end to maybe, being separated or divorced. But co-parent would also be an example. Do you have an example? No, that's different. .com. It's just that means .com, C-O-M means commercial. So it's a commercial website. So yeah, .com. Most of the time when you're on a website and it says .com, that means, I guess it's not always that way, but that means it's not a government or it's not an education website. It's more of like a commercial website. People can make commercial websites anytime, anywhere, what they want to do with them. So sometimes they're not as reliable as your EDUs and your .govs. Network, I'm assuming. But all right. So mom used semi-sweet chocolate chips in the cookies. Semi-sweet, knowing that semi means half, what's semi-sweet mean? Half sweet. Turtles coexist with fish in some ponds. Knowing what co means together, what does coexist mean? They exist together. They live together. Australia and New Zealand are located in the southern hemisphere. Again, we've already talked about this, but what does hemisphere mean? What does hemisphere mean, Ruby? Half the globe. Either way you cut it, half the globe, vertically or horizontally. The class sat in a semicircle around the teacher. Knowing what semi means, what does semicircle mean, Nolan? Half circle, like a half moon, okay? Type like that. All right. So I think we've kind of got the idea of these a little bit. Yeah? You what? Oh, there you go. Basketball has some root words there. I didn't even know that, to be honest. So I didn't know that there was a hemisphere term. They what? All right, so let's look at these three down here. We've got the Earth's northern hemisphere is located above the equator. Which one of those words in that sentence has one of these prefixes? This is all just simply identification. Asher? Hemisphere. What about the second one? That group meets semi-annually. What's the word that has the prefix in it? The Greek prefix. Again, this is all just identification. You're just letting me know what the word is. Lauren? Semi-annually. And this year, her birthday coincides with Thanksgiving. What is the prefix in this particular sentence? Chessa? Coincide. I want you to pick one of those three words. I don't care which word it is. I want you to pick one of them. Down here, I want you to put a box. You're going to put that word in the box. And I believe this is actually on the video. that I did. I think I did this with my other class, so Ariana might be seeing this again for the second or third time. So down here in the box, you're going to put one of those words. I don't care which one it is. I'm going to pick this one. You can pick whichever one you want. Okay? All right? On this side of the box, I want you to tell me what the meaning of the word is in your terms. What the meaning of the word is on this side. So if you have semi-annually, you put hemisphere or coincide. I want you to put the meaning of the word over here based off of your prefixes. On the other side, I want you to give me a synonym. Do you guys know what a synonym is? It's a word that means the same as the middle word. So a similar meaning. So if I'm doing the word semi-annually, and I know that semi means half, I had to kind of figure out what annually means, but look at the context clues. That group meets semi-annually. If you're meeting annually, does anyone know what that means? If you're meeting annually. Riley? No, not every day. You're kind of on the right track, but you've not worded it correctly. What do you think, Jace? Every year. So annually means every year. Okay? So if this is semi-annually, then what does if the group meets semi-annually, what does this mean if it semi means half and annually means every year? What does semi-annually mean? How many times, when do they meet? How many times do they meet? Jalen? Every 6 months. Okay, so every 6 months. So semi-annually is every half year, every 6 months. Can you think of a synonym that would mean semi-annually? And if you have trouble with it, I know that whoever's watching this on the video, you can't see it. You can go to Word Central, which again, I'm not going to tell you can't because that is a resource you can use. If you click on thesaurus and click, I don't know if it'll actually show up on this one, but we'll try. Of course, why would that be so easy? And then go to the more adult version, dictionary.com. And if you click synonyms and then put it in, might be able to find a synonym. Oh, look. Seasonally, semi-yearly, semi-annual. Those are all synonyms to semi-annually. I don't know if that one would be the best one in the world, but okay. So we're going to go with, let's go with semi-yearly and let's go with seasonally. Why not those? So for our synonyms, you're going to put semi-annually, or no, semi-yearly and seasonally. That means every 6 months if you think about it. How many of you guys did coincide? I'm going to pause this now. Before we end today, and this is on the back of that paper. Okay, we're not going to spend too much time with these because I believe we've hit on these before. But these are, again, some Greek prefixes. Sub means under or below. Super means above or beyond. Inter means among or between. So these would be some examples of those words. So for sub means under or below. So submarine, it's a vehicle that what? Goes below the water. So that works. Subway, not the restaurant. If it was the restaurant, it'd be capitalized, but it's not the restaurant. So what about Subway? Subway, Nolan? Okay, transportation underground. Most of the time, subway is underground. New York is very famous for their subways. Sub-zero, below zero. Good job. Submerged, underwater. Thank you, Bo. Subhuman. Below human? Under. All right, hold on. I think I've heard this word before. Like, I mean, obviously we've heard this word before, but oh, a caveman? Oh, okay. So like, okay. So it says, I'll wait. So it says subhuman, and then you guys were saying like under human, below human. I think what they're meaning is like, you know, if you were, this is really hard to explain. It means someone below a human. Like an example would be like a caveman, maybe. So like early human. Less than or not quite human. Almost human. Subhuman, yeah. I guess you can get into debate with that one, but it's like, again, that one is less than or not quite human. So that's the definition of that one, which kind of makes sense a little bit, but all right. Super is above or beyond supernatural. Again, above or beyond natural reason, natural reality. So again, magical, supernatural. Superficial, above, not above fish. Superficial would be, it is, how do you say super? I know what superficial is, but how do you say it when you've got these two words? No, it's not how you would say it like that. Let me